CEO's wife spends her last night with the man she keeps, decides to put on her clothes and say goodbye. Before leaving, the CEO's wife was still a bit sad to leave, but the next day at the party, the CEO's wife met the man by chance. She was shocked at the man's appearance. She asked her best friend who he was, but her best friend told her the real identity of the man. He was the richest man in the country. The CEO's wife realized she had messed with someone she couldn't afford to mess with. 3 years ago, the CEO's wife got drunk in a bar. She grabbed the richest man and said she wanted to keep him. In order to verify that she was not mistaken, the woman took out her mobile phone and called to confirm. Unexpectedly, the man really answered the phone. The CEO's wife thought that the man she dumped was the richest man in the world. She was so scared that she ran away. It turns out that not long ago, the CEO wife's CEO husband returned to China. She decided to end her relationship with the richest man. She even gave him $5 million as a breakup reward. But when she came to pick up the CEO the next day, she was met with a cold face by her husband. The two of them were actually in a business marriage. They didn't have any feelings for each other. At that moment, CEO's mistress suddenly appeared. It turns out that the CEO has brought his mistress back to China with him. The mistress pretended to show affection to the CEO's wife and proudly said she is pregnant. In the face of the third wife's provocation, the CEO's wife directly smiled and mocked back, but the CEO shouted at her not to be unreasonable. I did not expect that the next second, the CEO's wife directly filed for divorce with the CEO. She didn't want to live this kind of marriage in name only, and the CEO agreed, on the condition that the CEO's wife would. She was dragged by the CEO to the richest man in front of her and was embarrassed for a while. In the face of the CEO's request for cooperation, the richest man refused outright. He said that he could work with any company on his project, but he wouldn't pick the CEO's company. The CEO asked the tycoon why. Unexpectedly, the richest man deliberately showed the marks on his neck. He said he had to ask the CEO's wife. The CEO quickly asked his wife how she had offended the tycoon. Unbeknownst to him, what he thought was an offense. He didn't know that the offense he thought he had committed was actually an emotional debt owed by his wife. He's about to make a mistake he can't undo.